morning, Cancer. It's Hilden Open, and I'm here doing your How Do I Feel About Myself reading. I did your premeditated, it's a rendition of How Does My Partner Feel About Me, but it's solely based on you. Um, I did your premeditative shuffle, and you have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. There is unhappiness, sorrow, like a deep sorrow. You see yourself in a certain way, but what you're involved in doesn't show that. Relationship-wise and just overall happiness, for you something feels off, but I also feel like you don't feel like it's yourself. So let's see what else we can get from this. How can Cancer attract the best parts of themselves? Wow. Examine your beliefs about being tested. I know a lot of times with Cancer, they don't like for people to go against them, or if someone feels like if they feel passionate about something and they even take the chance to tell someone about it and they don't agree with it, you guys tend to be defensive about that. And it's just a matter of looking at it in a different manner. Some of you shut down, some of you victimize yourselves, and it takes a real high vibrational Cancer to really look at and respect other people's perspectives in a situation. So you can attract the best parts of yourselves by being open and to the things that people are telling you. There's someone who you struggle with receiving information from. It could be an air sign, or it could be someone who communicates well, maybe not their feelings, but just their ideas. What are Cancer's current beliefs about themselves? You are loved more than you'll ever know. The information you get, or the vibe you get from other people, how can I say this? No one is against you, and everything is done out of love. But that also means if you can dish it, you should always also be able to take it. You definitely move with giving love, but you're also very defensive about it. You feel like you have to, in an increased way, protect your heart because you don't want to get hurt. How can Cancer trust themselves more? Heal thyself. Do the work that needs to be done to come out of this energy, because it's keeping you from the happiness we saw in the beginning. There's a relationship that you feel is mutual and you're all in for, but it's very one-sided and it's not going to go anywhere. You'll stay stagnant where you are for a very, very long time. It's not like in the beginning it moved pretty fast, but it's just not going anywhere. And the fact that I feel like people have said this to you, but you're not willing to listen. You're not willing to take their advice because, excuse me, you feel that your feelings are, I know what I'm doing. I got it under control. But something's off. Something's keeping you from moving forward to having that ideal picture of a relationship that you want. How can Cancer release the unhelpful parts of themselves? Follow the footprints of greatness. There are relationships around you that, successful relationships, or people who tend to have successful relationships, and they may be someone, it could be someone younger than you, and you feel that they aren't really mentor status, so you kind of just chalk it up and feel that age equates maturity and wisdom, but that's not the case. There are great examples around you, and it could come from situations that you wouldn't likely, it could come from people you wouldn't likely take advice from. So there are a lot of preconceived notions that you have that are keeping you from the growth that you can be making. I know you're used to being in charge and giving orders and people listening to you and you handing out responsibilities, but now is the time for you to be the student and to be taught and learn things from other people around you. How can Cancer communicate better with themselves? Arise and see the higher point of view. It's about leveling up. It's about ascending in this life. It's about vibrating higher. And if you make that the center of if you prioritize that, you'll understand things a lot better. But right now you're keeping yourself bound and in a situation that you don't necessarily have to be in. You're staying in your head. You feel it's the right thing to do, but it's the same energy. What comes next is the Ten of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords. You have the Nine of Swords. What's next is the Ten of Swords. And it's you have a lot of sword energy here. So what is it? Have you stopped moving? Are you completely closed off emotionally from yourself? Are you operating, are you involved in your relationships on a superficial level to avoid being hurt instead of moving past that, ripping off the scab, letting it properly heal? It's a lot of sword energy for you, Cancer. What's Cancer's overall energy about themselves? Remember where you're from and who you really are. You are the mother of zodiac signs. You are the protector. You are the nurturer. But in order to heal others, we first have to heal ourselves. And you're at the point where you need to heal yourself. It's time. Right now is when you should do it. If not now, then when? You can take control of the situation. But when you have control of the situation, what do you, oh man, what do you do with it? Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Two of Swords. It's a painful situation. The Eight of Wands in reverse. The Ten of Wands. You've been dealing with this for a very long time. You find yourself at a crossroads of making a decision, and you always choose to make it, you don't make the big decisions, you just make the decisions that get you by, and it's hurting you in the long run. The more you go down this path, the harder it gets to pull yourself out of it. You have a deep hurt, and right now it's time to address the deep hurt. You don't want to go into the new year with this. Cancer, I really hope this helps. Please leave a comment below if it resonates. If it doesn't, I want to get feedback on if I should continue with this type of reading. Thank you.